Hello YouTube and welcome back to Game Gentleman. We thought we'd try something a little bit different this week, and instead of putting together a list of 10 things that you need to know about the PlayStation 5 Digital Showcase, we thought we'd share our thoughts and reactions to everything that was announced in the 40-minute video. We saw more gameplay for Call of Duty Cold War, which includes a multiplayer beta launching this weekend for PlayStation players, Resident Evil Village, Deathloop, Oddworld Soulstorm, Demon's Souls, Devil May Cry 5, Fortnite, and most excitingly, our first real look at gameplay for SpiderMan Miles Morales. We saw premiere announcements for Final Fantasy XVI, Hogwarts Legacy, Five Nights at Freddys Security Breach, and a teaser for God of War Ragnarok. We finally got the prices for the consoles, starting at $3.99 US for the digital edition and $4.99 for the regular edition. This puts the regular edition of the PlayStation 5 on par with the Xbox Series X, and the digital edition in the middle of the range, offering players a cheaper console that hasn't been scaled down in comparison to its full price option. Perhaps the most interesting of the announcements in the PlayStation Showcase was that of the PlayStation Plus collection. This collection is an assortment of first-party and third-party titles, which will be available for PlayStation Plus subscribers to download to their PlayStation 5 and play some of the generation's most defining games. I mentioned in my reaction video that while this is a modest start compared to the Xbox Game Pass library, it is a step in the right direction and shows real value for PlayStation Plus subscribers. It will be interesting to see how many more third-party partnerships Sony can sign up to the service to drive more value in the future. Before putting the video up, I did try and secure my own launch day console, but I was a little bit too late. Hopefully I'll still get my console before the end of the year, but it does contradict what Sony was saying about not dropping pre-orders day and date of the announcement. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. Now without further delay, let's jump into the PlayStation 5 Digital Showcase. Okay, so here we go. We're about to kick off the PlayStation Digital Showcase event. Apologies in advance if you do hear birds and things like that in the background. We do live in an area where they're very active at the moment. So normally I would edit that out in my usual audio recordings, but unfortunately not the case this time around. I suppose that's what you get for filming something relatively live. This is Game Gentleman, and we are watching a recap of the PlayStation Digital Showcase. Hopefully we're going to get the price and date reveal. Hopefully we're going to see some gameplay of Miles Morales, and hopefully there is stuff that we haven't seen. Let's get into it. Jury's still out on whether or not I like the look of the PlayStation.
Each time I awake, this planet seems somehow...
Returnal looks really cool as well. I love that sci-fi, live, die, repeat kind of
you see things others
aesthetic. And Tokyo Ghostwire. I am so pumped for Tokyo Ghostwire. Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn was just amazing. Alright, some more Godfall. Godfall actually surprises me. It looks a lot better than my initial reaction was to it. Interesting, so this is probably the first time we've seen captured on PC emulating the PS5 experience rather than just straight captured on PS5. Ooh, who is this? This looks very Square Enix. This looks very... No, it doesn't look very Final Fantasy. No, it is definitely Final Fantasy. Yes, Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 16 confirmed. Maybe, I don't know. It's probably a bit early to call that. I mean, it reeks of Final Fantasy.
We have discussed this.
So many of their games just have that distinct kind of art style, especially their modern games. It's the Flying Spaghetti Monster!
What does it matter?
Oh, get wrecked! I mean, it looks like every other Final Fantasy game. It's got big epic monsters, a little bit more blood than I think I'm used to or expect from a Final Fantasy title. It definitely has the haircuts and the styling of a Final Fantasy title. And there we go, Final Fantasy 16 confirmed. That was a rumour that I didn't think had any weight whatsoever. PlayStation console exclusive and PC. There's going to be a lot of that, I think, in the communications around exclusives from both sides. It's going to be console exclusive this plus PC. I mean, ultimately, if you're going to do something like have a PlayStation and a PC, you're going to have all of the Xbox exclusives anyway, thanks to Game Pass. There we go, shown, captured from PS5 systems. That's what we like to see. Yes! Miles Morales! Finally, we get to see gameplay of Spider-Man Miles Morales. I mean, it looks exactly like Spider-Man 2018, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. I mean, it looks gorgeous. The reflections on the street are just absolutely fantastic. I mean, obviously the feed that we're going to be watching here is 30 frames a second, 1080p, so it's not necessarily showcasing the full potential of the graphics. What I always recommend to people is to watch the 4K 60 videos after a live stream feed like this, so you can actually really get a showcase, particularly if you do have a 4K TV. The Tinkerer wasn't part of the first Spider-Man game, and I don't actually know that much about the Tinkerer as a character. Oh, that's not going to be good. Oh, that's definitely not going to be good, Miles. I mean, this must be mid-game, because you just look massively OP at this point. And Spider Jesus. How reminiscent is that of the fairy scene in Spider-Man Homecoming? I am so hyped. So getting this launch day. You know, if this is not an actual launch day exclusive, holiday 2020, this is all I'm going to be playing over the Christmas break. This, I did actually see this before starting this live stream, so this one's not so much of a surprise. Pretty cool regardless. Hogwarts late 1800s, so you're obviously, you know, you're 200 odd years before Harry, Ron and Hermione ever get there. Is that the actual voice, the actor who played Dumbledore doing that voice over there? This looks huge. I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but this looks kind of cool.
The choices you make now.
That so sounded like an Avengers theme there. Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, that's very, very cool. 2021, so that's coming out next year. It's going to be a big year in 2021. Okay, cool. So now we've got some campaign gameplay for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which is still such a tongue twister of a name. Oh.
That's our man. Take him out.
Gotta wonder what era that is, because that hairdo was just serving up a look. We've got some Sniper Elite style bullet time. You missed! Why'd you miss? I mean, obviously so that this firefight can happen. Yes, body shield. Oh. I wonder if this runway is going to be as long as the one in Fast and the Furious 6. Or 5, whichever one it was. I don't know, they're all the same after about number 3. Deploy the remote control car that's going to drive faster than all of these other cars and a plane taking off. I'm no expert in remote control cars, but physics don't quite check out on that one for me. I mean, even if the runway was not as long as Fast and the Furious, the spectacle and the bombast definitely was.
There are many more twists and turns
I
along
kind of
the way
dig.
as you begin to unravel the truth.
This is probably a
and we
Call
can't
of Duty
wait for you
I
to play
will
it
pick
soon.
up. I
In
don't
addition
pick
to the
them up
story
every
campaign,
year,
Cold War Combat,
but I'm pretty
and
excited
an
with what
all-new
they're
awesome zombies experience.
talking about
Today, I have a
with the
special
story
honor to
mode.
announce on behalf, and for those of you that are watching at home on your PS4, you can preload the experience starting tomorrow. We can't wait
That's
to
cool.
see you online Friday and through the weekend. Enjoy the rest of the show.
That is really cool. Alright, what have we got next?
Chris,
Resident Evil 8.
what the hell?
Resident Evil Village.
Take him away.
This looks good, and I mean, if you follow gaming news, this was the source of a lot of controversy a few weeks ago, when a supposed insider said that it was struggling to play on PlayStation 5. Well, they were kind of found out to be just making it up. I think it's clear to say if it were truly struggling on the PlayStation. Werewolves.
There to pick berries for her father, who was hard at work.
That's some Tim Burton-esque
But the forest
animation
grew them
there.
at the dark.
It's a very different
Mother's
approach for a
cries
Resident
went fast as
Evil
the girl ran on, over vine,
Resident Evil
under
game.
branch.
This is cool. I love Resident Evil. I've played every mainline Resident Evil title. I picked up both the remakes of 2 and 3, played them to death, no pun intended.
If it's just looking, window shop away.
Is that our new merchant? I love the merchant in Resident Evil 4. Hello, stranger. What you buying? Yes, this looks cool too. I really, really love the aesthetic of this. I love Arcane Software's games. This just, to me, looks amazing. I was so disappointed that this game got pushed back from holiday this year.
Everybody shut up! This is my jam.
Igor is a big fan. Yet
Was that David Cross?
he never missed a shot at killing them both at the same time in the same loop.
So you're going to have to play and manipulate this to kind of get characters in the same area, make your assassinations more efficient. It's definitely, I mean, they're showcasing this as being a lot more action heavy than something like Dishonored, where you were really encouraged to go non-lethal. Q2 2021, hopefully that's a quiet time of year. Console exclusive, also coming to PC. I believe that one's a timed exclusive. I could be wrong there. Okay, Capcom, what have you got for us? Devil May Cry 5. Okay, so they're porting Devil May Cry 5 to PlayStation 5. I'm gonna have to look up this song after this video's done. I've always enjoyed the Oddworld games, but never been particularly good or patient enough with them. I don't think I've ever finished. Actually, I know for a fact I've never finished a Oddworld game. Oddworld Soulstorm.
Gregory, your friends are worried about you. They're here with me. Please come out.
Well, that's
Gregory,
not creepy at
I
all.
made a blast.
Is this Five Nights at Freddy's? What is this? How random. Has a Five Nights at Freddy's game ever come to a PlayStation console? I've never played them. If it's more than just the standard Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay, I would be interested in checking that out. I'm terrible at Souls games. I am absolutely terrible at them. I got about 80% of the way through Bloodborne, and that was after months and months of playing. I then gave it up for something else. Something else came out and just took my focus away completely. I would have to start Bloodborne all over again if I was to go back. I mean, this looks phenomenal. I wonder if original Demon's Souls players ever kind of... If this is how they remember the game looking, or if they ever anticipated it would look this good. Walk through the fog to giant room-filling enemy. And get wrecked. And you died. Of course you did.
I shall await thy return, Slayer of Demons.
I was waiting for a date announcement there. So many rumors have been around about it being a launch title. So I was hoping that was going to be the big reveal. I mean, say what you will about Fortnite, I have no personal interest in it, but what it has done in terms of mainstream attention for gaming, what it's done for people like Ninja, and what it's done for Epic Games in general, in terms of lining their pockets to be able to invest money in things like Unreal Engine 5. I think it's, it's so notable. PlayStation Plus collection. Ooh, what's this? Is this going to be PlayStation's answer to Game Pass? New PlayStation Plus benefit. Okay, so we've got Battlefield. I was beginning to think it was just going to be the library of first-party titles. So this is their Game Pass. This is obviously it's a pretty modest start compared to Game Pass's reported 100+ games. I think it's a really good step in the right direction, particularly if they can get more third-party titles on board. That's something that, that is a real answer to Microsoft's value proposition right now. Imagine being able to play some of the most highly rated games of this generation day one on your PlayStation 5. It'll be really interesting to see if there's any kind of enhancements. Okay, here we go. I think this will be where they'll announce the console price. There we go, $4.99 for PlayStation 5, $3.99 for the digital edition. November 12th! Yes! November 12th!
To close, let me leave you with one more quick look.
Gotta love the one more thing. One more thing! Is this what I think it is?
The time draws near.
Yes! Yes! Boy. Yes, God of War 2, 5, depends on how you look at it. Yes! I'm so hyped for this.
You must prepare yourself.
Ragnarok. Oh, come on, give us more. You gotta give us more than this. 2021! You definitely have to give us more than just this. Oh, what a tease! I can't believe it. It was inevitable that a new God of War was going to come out.
Let's go.
I would have loved to have seen something cinematic, anything right now. We got more out of Horizon Forbidden West than that. But I am so hyped. I am so hyped. So that's our recap and reaction to the PlayStation 5 digital event showcase. Were there any announcements that have got you hyped? Have you secured your PlayStation 5 pre-order? Let us know in the comments below. This has been Game Gentleman, and thanks for watching.